class, welcome back. Today we're going to discuss conversion of units, and also before that we're going to have a short review about fundamental and derived quantity. So sit back and I hope you're going to learn a lot on this particular lesson. Based from our previous discussion, we discussed base quantity, which is physical quantity that cannot be defined by any other physical quantities. Those are the length, mass, time, temperature, and electric current. Now, based also from the previous discussion, we also discussed the derived quantity. So, but before that, these are the symbols, base quantity and the symbols. Please make yourself familiar to these following symbols and base quantity because these are the most common used in physics. So when we say derived quantity, again, these are physical quantities that obtained from the base quantities using the multiplication or division or both multiplication and division. So when we say derived quantities, those are combination of one or two or more base quantity unit. So for example, for the derived quantity for speed is equal to distance over time. Distance is measurable by length over time, which is, for example, meter per second or meter times second raised to -1. And same with the force. So force is Newton. So the derived quantity are kilogram meter per second squared. Please make yourself also familiar with these Greek prefixes because we might use some of them in the future. Especially the millicenti, the kilo, the mega, giga, and etc. So then we're going to discuss all about conversion of units. Do you have any idea what is conversion of units? What do we mean by conversion? When you say conversion, it is simply a process of changing or cause something to change. For this particular one, cause something to change from one form to another. For example, from centimeter to meter. To discuss further what is conversion of units, we're going to have a sample problem. For this particular sample problem, but before we go to the sample problem, please make yourself familiar for this particular math conversion chart or table. We're going to use that. Normally, we're going to use the SI unit or International System Unit, in which these are on the screen. You see the weight. On this particular one, what you see is the length. So, if you're going to convert the length into something or centimeter to milliliters and etc. Please make yourself familiar for this particular conversion. Now, let us have a sample problem. For example, we have here a 24 mile per hour. Then we're going to convert it into inches. There are two ways how to convert. One is shorthand and one is longhand method or long method. For now, let us focus on long method. 24 mile convert into inches, and we have in 1 mile, or rather, in 1 mile or 1 kilometer, we have 0.62137 mile in 1 kilometer. Multiply by how many kilometers are there in meters. So we have 1,000 meters. And how many meters we have in centimeter? 1 meter is equivalent to 100 centimeter. Then 1 centimeter, or rather 2.54 centimeter is equivalent. So it is equivalent to 1 inch. Since we are doing the basic, you need to show the complete cancellation of units. So mile, in order for you to cancel the units, one should be the numerator and the other one should be the denominator. Isa sa taas, isa sa baba. So, when the unit needed is already there, we can now stop. So, using your calculator, what is the answer? Please answer. Okay, very good. The answer is 1,520,642. So, aside from this particular 142.92 inches. So, aside from this, you need also to have a background knowledge about significant figures and the rounding off or scientific notation. So, let us have another computation using the shorthand method. So, 24 miles per hour is equivalent to how many miles are there in meter? Equivalent value already. In 1 mile, there is 1,609.344 meter. And how many meter are there in, how many meter are there in inches? In 1 meter, there are 39.37008 inches. And the answer is almost the same. Using the scientific notation, the final answer should be at 2 decimal places. Always 2 decimal places tayo, ha? The final answer is 1.52 times 10 raised to positive 6. Okay, you need to move the decimal places. So, actually, the answer for the shorthand method is 520,640.049. Please check that on your calculator. Okay, you may post this video. But, as I mentioned a while ago, the final answer should be in 2 decimal places. So, the final answer is 1.52 times 10 raised to positive 6 inches. So, how is that? If it is going to the, as what you can see on the arrow, going to the left, it is positive, and right, it is negative. Okay, that is for the scientific notation. Please do a review for that. We might use that all throughout the lesson. Another example, what if you're going to compute or to convert 13 miles per hour to meter per second? What are you going to do? Same idea goes. Numerator, denominator, for you to cancel out the unit. Now, in order for us to do that, going back again to the conversion table. So, 13 miles per hour. So, we're going to use a shorthand method na. So, 13 miles per hour, 1 mile is equivalent to 1,609.34 meter. Okay, so lumabas na yung meter. The meter is already there, so you can stop for the length. Now, let's move on for the time. For the time, the required is second. Now, in order for you to convert the second, so let us try. R now should be the denominator, or numerator rather. So, how many R are there in seconds? So, there's a shortcut in which 1 hour is equivalent to 3,600 seconds. And to elaborate that is simply in 1. So, 1 hour, 60 minutes, multiplied by 1 minute is equivalent to 60 seconds. So, cancel the R. Cancel the R. And also cancel the minute. So, multiply 60 times 60. And that is 3,600 seconds. So, yun. Okay? Now, what is the final answer for this? Using your calculator. Use your calculator and please write the correct answer. Choose the correct answer. Okay, very good. The correct answer is 5.81 meter per second. Okay, on the next example, what if, like what I mentioned, 2 decimal places should be written in our final answer. I will only consider 2 decimal places. Now, what if we have 15 meter per second squared? This time, the 1 unit is in squared. So, what are you going to do? Whether it is squared, cube, this is the same idea or the same method that you're going to use. So, again, 1,000 meter is equivalent to 1 kilometer. So, we can stop on the length now because kilometer is already there. Now, seconds to R is the next step. So, based on the computation a while ago, how many seconds are there in 1 hour? We have 3,600 seconds equivalent to 1 hour. But this is 1 seconds or 1 unit of seconds only. So, what are you going to do? To cancel out the unit, you need to square the whole quantity. So, to cancel out the unit, so we have now 2 seconds or 2 units of seconds at the same time. On the other hand is also. So, you can now cancel and the remaining unit is R squared. Okay? So, ganun lang kasimple. So, what is the final answer for that? So, what are you going to do? So, the final answer is using your calculator. Okay. So, the final answer is simply, final answer is 194,400, but using 2 decimal places, applying the scientific notation, the final answer should be what? So, let's count. Move the decimal places to the what? Left or right? So, we're going to move the decimal places to your left. So, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So, the final answer is simply 1.94 times 10 raised to positive 5 kilometer per hour squared. So, how we come up to that final answer? 3,600 squared mo siya times 15 equal and then divided to 1,000. So, if it is positive, it is moved to the left. Okay? And again, as a review, it is negative if it is moved to the right. Now, moving on to the next lesson. The next lesson is simply types of motion. So, these are the next lesson that we're going to discuss.